live here in a flash. Garglin, Jardin de Bagatelle. They're louche and bohemian. I love it. Oh. Oh. Ecstasy. I love this one. It's gorgeous.
I'm going to introduce you today to one of my favourite friends, but I don't know a lot about her, so I asked her to my bed to find out a little more about her. Her name is Clemenzia von Trunksale. I know it sounds weird, but I'm sure she'll explain everything. Hello, darling.
Hello, darling. Thank you.
We mustn't touch because, you know, germs.
It's funny because I've been sleeping in your bed all night. You didn't notice. Sorry.
Can you tell me about yourself? Because I don't really know. You know, I know we met, but I can't remember where. And I thought you could let me know.
Well, I recall we met in Barbados. I think it was during the pandemic. And I think we were doing a competition in a swimming pool of who could swim most like Princess Margaret. And I believe that you won.
Did I?
Yes.
I can't believe I don't even know how she swims.
I lent you my tiara.
Did you?
Yes, and you managed to do the back crawl with a gin and tonic in your hand. Yes, you were the all-out winner.
Was I?
Yes.
Now, so tell me something. What about your childhood? Because you had a very mysterious time, didn't you?
Oh, yes. Well, basically, I used to get taken to the opera a lot by Mummy and Daddy. But they used to dump me at the opera because Mummy used to say, Daddy's going to look after you. And Daddy, of course, thought that Mummy would look after me. And Mummy would go to her women's only club in Soho. And Daddy would go gambling at Crockford's. I used to just live there. And the costume ladies used to look after me, basically.
Did they?
Yes, until Mummy and Daddy both realised at 1 a.m. that I wasn't with either of them and they had to come and pick me up.
Oh my goodness, what a terrible time.
It's fine. I just got to know every opera under the sun and every opera singer, of course.
And so, listen, did you ever get married? I never talked about your romantic life, did I?
Well, I was married to an opera singer, a tenor. Don't ever do that. They're dreadful people. They won't only think about...
tenors?
Well, opera singers in general. I mean, they're so self-obsessed. So that didn't work out very well. But I do have a daughter, and she's a rock singer.
Rock singer?
Yes, in a thrash metal band.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
How old is she?
Well, she's 23. And she's losing her hearing, so we've got to sort that out. There's a lot of thudding and crashing going on in the bedroom. Yes.
But you also did train as an opera singer, did you?
I did. I spent many years at many opera companies and also did a stint at the Royal Opera House. Yes.
Yes. And when you say a stint, what do you actually mean?
Well, you know, I did the odd little sort of role. You know, I was a chorus in Tosca.
You didn't play Salome?
Oh, no, I'd love to play Salome.
I would have thought you'd look fantastic with a veil.
Thank you. I love a little dance.
I know.
And I've got lots of daddy issues as well.
I'm sure you have a lot of daddy issues. I thought you went to Milan as well, and you went to La Scala, and you went to...
Yes, well, you know, I've sung in all these places, a little bit of busking here and there. Yes, and the odd concert. And I do love to sing for a dictator. They pay very well, yes.
Dictators? Which dictator do you prefer?
Well, it is all over Eastern Europe, yes. They're marvellous. And I'd love to do South America too.
As everything's invented these days anyway, what is the difference? Everything's fake news.
I'm fake.
Tell me about your costumes.
Oh, well, you know, I managed to procure quite a few from the Royal Opera House. They used to do lots of sales, you see, when they didn't have their productions going on any longer. So I've got reams and reams and reams of costumes from every opera you could imagine. In fact, I've got so many costumes, I had to buy another house.
I know you don't want to say anything, but really, don't you think we should talk about the tiara? I mean, the one that was sort of accidentally in your possession, the Van Cleef one that you used for Tosca, you know. Don't you think we should talk about it a little bit? Because I think it's nice to be honest, don't you?
Well, it was terrible.
Do you want a tissue?
It's a little bit of a painful subject. I was only borrowing it, Amanda.
I know.
I only borrowed
I
it.
know, darling. I know.
I know it cost a couple of cool million, and I was going to hand it back.
But then what happened?
Terrible misunderstanding.
Terrible. You went home with it, didn't you?
I didn't mean to. I just wanted to sort of touch it.
Touch it?
Yes, sparkly. Sparkly. I like sparkly things.
Oh dear.
It's because Mummy never loved me enough, you see.
And I suppose you tried it on as a child. They would have let you have tried it on as a child and you thought you could just go home with it.
Perhaps.
So where do you go from here, really? Are you a coloratura or a soprano?
I used to do a lot of coloratura, but I would say that I'm more of a spinto.
Okay.
Lyric spinto.
Okay.
And let me
lyric spinto.
more in the Italian sort of vein of singing rather than
You
the
wouldn't sing
Russian.
Norma. Would you sing?
have
Oh, I love Norma.
Stadiva. Marvelous.
La la. Okay, I think. Do you want me to get your pills out?
There we go. No,
Do you want me to get your pills? Do you want me to get your pills
Get my
out?
pills.
Okay, I'll
And
see.
the cough syrup. And the laudanum. Get the laudanum.
The laudanum. Okay, I'll try and get some. Oh my god. Okay. I'll try and find some.
It's the bed, you know. It's making me feel all sort of operatically ecstatic.
So tell me something. What do you like to wear every day?
If I could have anything, I just probably would go for something very dramatic.
Okay, so who would you like? Schiaparelli?
Oh, beautiful.
You like Schiaparelli?
Yes, I love the 30s. All
Yes.
of that stuff. Oh, marvellous. Yes.
Yes.
Dior.
Oh, you like Dior
Oh,
too?
I love all of that. Let me think. Who else? McQueen. You like McQueen?
Yeah, I
don't
like
you?
McQueen. Yes. Which sort of Hollywood star would you like to be? Do you think?
Oh, it was probably something from the 30s. Marlene Dietrich.
Oh yes. Well, you would look very good as Marlene Dietrich. It'd be easy to do the makeup on you.
Yes, she was very, very fussy about her lighting, you know.
Well, I am too. I
Yes.
mean, we all have to be. We're of a
Yes.
certain age, after all.
She took her lighting designer with her everywhere.
Did she?
Yes.
Well, I would take mine as well. I would take Hector everywhere. Everywhere we go, really. So what are your political leanings? I know you don't like politics.
No. Well, you know, it always gets one into trouble, you see.
You might lose your job at the Opera House.
Well, it might do. Perhaps I already did.
How did you learn your lines? Because I know that you had a problem in that area.
Oh, yes, well, I like to have a feed in my ear, but that doesn't really work in the opera. I stick them on the back of people's, on the other back of people's costumes as they walk around, and I follow them, and I sing from there. I put post-it notes all over the stage on the back of furniture.
Okay, and did you get inspiration when you started out from your family?
My grandmother did want to be an opera singer, but of course it was terribly common in those days to tread the boards, so she was not allowed to do so. But that is where
She had to have babies, I suppose,
yes,
instead.
get married, sign. Well, in fact, she didn't even know how to sign a cheque.
She didn't?
No.
Did she stay married or did she get divorced?
What happened to my grandmother? I think she ran off.
I
think she was. Yes, that's right. She was a bit of a bounder.
She was?
Yes. What did they call it in those days?
They were called bounders.
Bounders,
Yes,
yes.
they were called bounders.
Yes.
My grandmother was a bit of a bounder. My one grandmother was definitely a bounder. She jumped out of a window.
Did she
And
survive?
this is true, by the way. No, she jumped out of a window and left 3 children with her husband and thought, fuck this, I'm off.
Oh, my God.
Do you swear?
No fucking hell, never.
Never. So what are your
We all
dreams?
swear like troopers in the theatre.
I know. So where do you see your life in, 10 years' time? If you have everything come true.
Oh, just something modest, like a castle with its own theatre.
That's what you want?
Yes, just something little.
I think
just 300-seater.
A 300-seater.
Something modest.
Imagine that. That's fantastic.
Too busy being angry with Napoleon.
Dee, 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 dee.
That's beautiful.
La, 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 la.
Oh, wonderful.
I love Lucia Pop singing it.
Oh, she's marvellous.
I know. Wasn't she a best friend of yours at school?
She's marvellous. She has plenty of high notes. Very, very high,
Yeah,
Lucia.
but she died too soon.
Yes.
So tell me something. You're going to do a world tour again.
Yes.
And how are you going to get around?
Well, of course I can't take the carriage. It takes too long, so I'm going to have to fly.
Okay.
Yes.
But where? You
I'll-
hate economy.
I know. I'll have to find someone to lend me their jet.
No, I think there's an answer, because I met somebody yesterday and she had some Chanel shoes on. Okay, and this man had given her the Chanel shoes. So maybe that man will give you the fare.
Who's this man who gives out Chanel shoes willy-nilly?
I don't know, but I think it's time that we actually go a-hunting.
Yes.
There's an opportunity next week to go to her party, and then you can come along. Because I think they might help you out in this very difficult area.
Is he a dictator?
Well, there's a dictator in every country nowadays.
Absolutely.
I don't know
love
any-
a good dictator.
Okay, darling. Well, with that, can I thank you for sitting on my bed?
I love this bed.
Anyway, thank you very much,
Thank
my
you,
darling.
Mother.
You've
Thank
done
you.
a terrific job.
It's been a
And I'm sure
pleasure.
it'll be entertaining, and I know that your real ideals will come to fruition.
Thank you.
Okay, darling, can I give you a kiss?
Visitarte. Mwah.
Oh, it's lovely. So good to see you, darling.
That's rather nice too. Clemenzia, I think you've forgotten something.
I didn't want you to make a mistake. You know, thank you so much. Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Thank you so much.